We're still in the Monaco Yacht Show and we're recording for the Super Yacht Engagement channel, and this is special because I ran into Matthew Peak, and a lot of you will know him as Captain Matthew Peak because that's how we met a few years ago in Antigua, I believe, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 2014. Yeah.
2014, and he was a big boat captain, and we were A crew, doing this event, and Matthew's always been a great supporter of what we did. But Matthew, I thought you left the industry.
Yes, a few people have said that. Yeah.
Okay. So, and I want to use this story because, like, Matthew's told me, obviously we've spoken before this interview, and Matthew has told me about his journey onshore. And I know a lot of you are thinking about moving onshore. I think this is a great example. It is one of those stories that can be an example to how you could do this. Maybe not in the same line of profession that Matthew chose, but at least like the decision-making process behind it. So, but let's go back to your captain years for a second. How long have you been? How long were you in the industry?
So I was on super yachts from the early 2000s. So roughly 20 years I was in the super yacht industry. But I mean, before that, I spent quite a long time on small sailing boats. Yeah, I mean, I worked my way from small, like 40-foot sailing boats up to the largest yacht that I ran as captain was 87 meters. So it was a big range.
Yeah, I met you in the boat before that, I think. Like, the boat that was like 67 meters or something.
It was 75, I think.
75.
Yeah.
You might hear a noise, and that noise is one of the reasons probably that he went on shore, because that's his main point. So that's like, it's part of what we do. So like, we're gonna just accept all of it. Hey there, he's fine. But then how did you come to this after 20 years? When did you decide that you wanted to move on shore?
Well, I think probably most captains reflect on what they're going to be doing in the future.
Yeah.
It's quite a transient lifestyle. That it's difficult to have a family, have a kind of stable home life. I spent about 4.5 years in a German shipyard, being involved in a series of new builds.
Yeah.
And during that time, I was reflecting on what I could do post yachting, and because I had a little bit more time than you would when you're operational, I decided to study something, and I'd done a little bit of law as part of my captain's license, and so I thought I'd study law. But I mean, initially I didn't think that would be a route ashore on its own. I thought that could be as a foundation for maybe studying a master's in business or becoming an owner's rep or something like that. I didn't really consider that initially as a sole career path. And it was only when I started studying it, and I actually really enjoyed studying it, that I thought that I could build that into a career in its own right. So that was the initial thinking to it. If that answers your question.
Well, it is the answer to my question, and I get the process, and I think a lot of the viewers will understand that process as well. So what are you now?
Yeah, so I continued working after that time, and part-time working. I had to leave my jobs a couple of times to do the exams, because they're very, very intensive legal exams, and I qualified I finished my final training just under 2 years ago, 4th of January last year. So, and I'm an English barrister.
An English barrister, well, congratulations. It's like from captain, super yacht captain to barrister. For the people that are not British, short, like what's a barrister compared to an attorney, lawyer, or whatever we call them in another country?
Yes, I get asked that a lot. And England and Wales, the jurisdiction of England and Wales is quite distinct from a lot of other countries, where a lawyer is a lawyer, and a lawyer can go to court, or they can do probate or whatever it is. It's just one profession, whereas England and Wales have a number of different types of legal professional. The main ones being solicitors and barristers. And a barrister, in very brief, is a trial lawyer. They're the lawyer who takes the case to trial, advocates it before a court, before a jury, before a single judge, whatever the court is. And a solicitor prepares that case and then will hand it over to a barrister. But a solicitor is generally what people refer to as a lawyer. As I think is right, going to court is a very formal and quite an intimidating process. So when I was first asked to go, when I was first instructed to go into court, it was pretty intimidating.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And with all the anxiety to get it right, to get have everything all lined up, ready to go for trial. I mean, it's mainly in the preparation, like so many things. But it's taken a long time for me to get over that anxiety of going to trial. But I think I'm there now. I enjoy it. I like the theatre of the trial. It's good fun.
But is it more? Like I can imagine as well, when you've captain your first time, you see the boss or a charter guest, an ultra high net worth. Was less intimidating than going to court?
Yes.
So I think a lot of you are like, okay, then that's pretty intimidating. And now I met you in the Monaco Yacht Show. Does that mean that you're gonna practice law, maritime law, or are you just here to meet friends?
Well, of course, I'm always here to meet friends. I know a lot of people in the industry and a lot of friends, so it is a kind of social experience coming to the Monaco Yacht Show. But no, my primary purpose here is to expand my practice into yachting. Okay. I've done a bit of it already, but I want to enlarge my practice to just do yachting. Principally arbitration, arbitration of disputes surrounding refit and new build type disagreements between parties, because I think that's going to make use of my professional experience, all of my professional experience, so my legal as well as my kind of technical maritime experience, but also crew disputes, personal injury, that type of anything relating to yachts, really.
Do you know of any other captain that has moved from being a captain to being a lawyer or barrister in your case?
I don't.
No, I don't. No. Maybe there are. If there are any, let me know. If there aren't, then you probably have found yourself a niche in the market.
Well, yes. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, isn't it? But yes, I think, as far as I know, I'm the only barrister with a yachting background. I think there's others with marine backgrounds, but not from yachting. So.
Well, if you would have been American, we'd probably have put a billboard out now saying the super yacht captain went lawyer. So that's but we'll do that differently now. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best with your career, and I hope to see you again in a few years and see how this story has evolved.
Well, I hope it's less than a few years, but thank you, Ono. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate. You all the best, and I'm looking at your son and your wife, and they're absolutely, she's struggling with it because the only thing he wants is I want attention, and my daddy's speaking to someone else. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ono.
Thank you.